The show, guys. You guys got in right when the post-apocalyptic TV show was kind of you were ahead of the curve, just ahead. It's very in vogue, the Send the World thing on TV and movies. Why don't you talk about starring in the show, explosions, and wasteland environments, urban wastelands? It must be a lot of fun to talk about that, and you've done it before.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, I prefer things where sort of be physical when you get in high stakes. It's not a procedural. Not a one-year show.
This is much better.
Yeah, much better. I mean, for me.
I agree 80%. There are some nights, 4 o'clock in the morning, middle of winter, Vancouver, where you're wringing out your underwear and thinking a cozy courtroom drama.
Yeah, right.
That sounds pretty good. I don't know that we've really given much thought to being ahead of the curve in that respect. We all, well, I guess we were. I guess we didn't predate revolutions.
And you're still here too. You're still going.
We're still here, and it was just announced last week that we're going back for our 5th and final season, which I'm particularly excited about. Because so rarely in television do you get to choose your own ending, and to give your fans a real sense of completion to the narrative that you've laid out. So getting to sort of wrap up all these storylines and have these characters reach their natural conclusions, I think will be satisfying for everybody, us and people too.
So how's Tom going to handle close family members siding against him on issues related to Lexi?
Great question. Anne's maternal instinct has been the driving force of the first half of the season. Her pilgrimage to get to her daughter, because that is her daughter, has been the overreaching emotional arc for her. Tom has a very different relationship with this girl. He doesn't really know what it is. He doesn't really have any sense of familial bond to a baby that he knew as a baby, and then she was 6, and then next thing you know she's 21 and she's got powers and she may be meeting with the enemy. It all is very difficult to digest, and a small fraction of familial feeling that he has towards her is what allows him to put his guard down enough and not view her as the security risk that she is, and that's what puts him into conflict with other members of his family who are a little bit more wary, or more members of the group, really. And that's really what the next episode is about. Once this coming Sunday, the group is reunited finally after being fragmented for the entire year. They come together and then begin to really assess what it is that Lexi is and what she could be becoming and what we need to do about it. And that's the drama in Sunday's show. And not to tip the scales too much, but at the end of it, Lexi does something pretty definitive that becomes the second half of the season's arc.
It really starts in episode 7.
7, yeah. One after this one.
Yeah.
Which is going to be a great show, by the way.
Yeah.
And it's directed by this very, very, very talented guy that we were lucky to get for 2 episodes in the 4th season, named Olatunde Asansame, who Will worked with once before.
The fourth kind.
A movie called The Fourth Kind.
The fourth kind.
Oh yeah.
He's really good, and we are really lucky to have him. And we're really lucky to have him come in next year as our executive producer and direct 3 of our episodes, replacing Greg Beeman, who will be back this year.
General Bethlehem, I'm going back to The Postman a little bit. I love that movie. You're awesome in that movie. Kind of a similar character in that you have your vision of the future and how you want to run things.
Well, I think, General Bethlehem wanted power. I think Dan Weaver was thrown into a position of power which he really did not want. From the very beginning. So it's very different. Bethlehem was powerful. And Weaver, quite the contrary, pretty just regular guy. He was thrown into very irregular circumstances and had to put on a mask really fast. I think they both wore masks for different reasons. Yeah, that's right.
So your character is getting closer to Matt since the loss of his daughter. Do you find that as the season progresses, your character is treating him as his own son and trying to teach him how the world works now?
I think from that first moment when Weaver comes back and he tells Tom what happened, and Matt comes up and hugs me, something is saved in Weaver at that point. That there's something he needs to take care of. You know, that he can't forget about. It has to do with, you know, being a father or you know, a leader of some sort. You know, and being.
We've been trying, I think fairly successfully over the course of the last couple of years, to take our characters who started as diametrically opposed on the sliding scale. Tom was the humanist, Weaver was the militarist. And over the course of the last few years, we've done a transference where he now has become a lot more family-centric, and Tom is a lot more brutal in his decision-making and a far greater risk-taker than he ever was before.
Yeah, I think we've switched. I can feel that somebody's doing something.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.